On an episode of Shark Tank, three sisters shocked the world when they turned down a purchase offer from Mark Cuban for $30 million to acquire their online dating firm, Coffee Meets Bagel. The business was less than 3 years old at the time. They did it without even flinching. Aram, Dewan, and Sue Kang, three entrepreneurs, went to the tank to ask for $500,000 for 5% of their company, Coffee Meets Bagel. Coffee Meets Bagel isn't like most online dating sites because it uses information from Facebook profiles to suggest romantic matches based on their users' friends of friends. Singles have just 7 days to get in touch. Dewan met her current boyfriend on the site, while Aram is married and Sue is still using the site. How their business works is as follows. After you sign up through Facebook, their service starts matching you with mutual friends in a private way. Every day at noon, you'll get an email with a possible match. Then you have 24 hours to decide if you like the person or pass on them. If you and the other person like each other, you can talk via private text messages for up to 7 days before you need to exchange personal information to move forward. Single women are tired of signing up for dating websites only to get hit on by creepy strangers bombarding them with disgusting messages, Dewan explains. The primary service is provided without charge, but the firm generates revenue by selling additional services that customers may pay for using their virtual currency, which is referred to as coffee beans. In the episode, the girls wouldn't tell Cuban their exact user base numbers. This made Cuban hesitant, so he stopped bidding right away. He surprised everyone, though when he came back at the end and made an offer to buy their company for $30 million, even more surprising was that the girls said no. Dewan says that they turned down the offer because we see this business growing as big as Match.com. They're becoming a $1 billion revenue company, and we think this model and product has potential to be as big as Match. By the end of the episode, all the sharks had gone home, and the girls had gone home with nothing. Growing as big as Match.com might sound like a monumental task, but the Kongs had already raised $2.8 million from investors, including Pang Ong, who helped start Match.com. All three sisters are in their early 30s and moved to the US from South Korea when they were teenagers. They have degrees from Harvard Business School, Stanford Business School, and Parsons School of Design. Each of the Kongs quit a 6-figure job in 2012 to start the company. It's a newer, ephemeral version of Hot or Not, which is brilliant, Cuban said. However, none of the sharks felt comfortable investing $500,000 for only 5% of the company. The sharks wanted to buy, but not the businesswomen didn't want to sell. The businesswomen said they wouldn't even think about selling the company for $30 million because they thought that that was a too low of a price. They said that they would love to have Mark as an investor, but they would never sell. When asked about the business and how the skills of one of the sisters go well with those of the others, they said that you should work on what you like, and that as the years go by, you will be ready to start putting things together, even if you don't know how things are going. They said that's how they started out, doing what they liked and what interested them. Then 5 or 10 years later, things started to make sense. But they said it hasn't been easy for them as women working in fields dominated by white men. According to them, this is particularly evident within the investment group, where it can be difficult to find female role models to look up to. When walking into a room filled mostly with white men, they can't help but be constantly reminded of their own race and gender. Starting their own company has been great for individual, as it has allowed them not to think about these issues anymore. The goal of the company is to create a diverse environment where no matter one's skin, color, or gender, they never feel conscious about it. Dewan said that she was sorry she didn't say how many people used Coffee Meets Bagel in the episode. She says that this number is very important for investors to know if the business is a good place to put their money. She said that if she could do it over again, she would have just told people about this information. She said she was hesitant to share this information with the Shark Tank because it's very public and well-known show. She said that if you work in a competitive field, why share information if you don't know if it'll help? They have already secured millions of dollars from other investors, proving that the sisters were correct to turn down the offer, even if it may seem insane to a majority of the people who saw the show and thought it was ridiculous at the time. The business made an announcement in February of 2015 that the existing investor DCM Ventures will take the lead in Series A investment round for the amount of $7.8 million. In May of 2018, Atomai Capital served as the company's lead investor in a Series B investment transaction that was worth $12 million. It is very evident that the businesswomen have ambitious plans. They have set their sights on building the most successful dating app firm in the world. According to them, there is still a significant distance to go, and at this point, the most important thing for them is to keep pushing ahead with their ambitions to grow. But that's all for today. We'll be sure to catch you all in the next one.